morning, my dear students. Good morning to all of you. So are you ready for today's class? Well, so let's begin. Yes, today I am going to discuss about how rain is formed. Okay, so you might have seen your mother boiling water. When the water gets boiled, you can see after sometimes vapors, right? That is called steam or water vapor. Clear? Similarly, this happens in the nature also. Okay, so can you say which all are the water bodies? Yes, seas, oceans, rivers, lakes, these all are the water bodies, right? So do you know what happens? Due to the heat of the sun, the water from the water bodies, it gets evaporated. Okay, so water from the water body gets evaporated due to the heat of the sun, and this water vapor, it goes high up into the atmosphere, and there the temperature is very cool. Okay, the temperature is very cool. So what happens? The water vapor will change into water. Okay, so it will change into tiny drops of water. So that is called condensation, and many drops together form a cloud. So that process is called condensation. Okay, yes. And as a result, when it becomes big, large droplets, it falls on the earth as rain. So this is how rain is formed. Water from the water bodies gets evaporated due to the heat of the sun. Okay, and it goes high up in the atmosphere. In the atmosphere, the temperature is very cool. So this water vapor changes into water, and that process is called condensation. Okay, and this forms tiny raindrops, and many drops join together and condense and form condensation and forms as a cloud, and as a result it falls as a rain on the ground. So this is how rain is formed. Clear? So it is clearly given in the picture. You can see that. Okay. Now we are going to study about how to conserve this water. We told that water is very precious, right? Water, we require water for many purposes. It is very essential. This all we have studied in last classes. So what are the ways to preserve this rainwater or water? You can use many methods like rainwater pits. You can see from the diagram, that is the picture of rainwater pits. Can you see, children? Yes. So rainwater pits or rain harvesting pits. You will make a big hole. Pits means a big hole, as you can see from the picture. You can see a big hole, and in that hole we will collect the rainwater. So that is called rain harvesting pits. Now next one is preparing mud walls. You will prepare the walls with mud, and their water can be preserved. The next one is sloping the land into different layers, so that the water will flow into different layers, and each layer will get water and for the plants to grow also. So sloping the lands into different layers. In that way, you can see from the picture. Okay, sloping the lands into different layers so that the water gets absorbed into the soil easily. Can you see from the picture, children? Yes. Next one is preparing basins around the tree. See the picture? This is called a basin, a big hole we are preparing it, okay, around the, not a hole, it's like, it looks like a basin, okay, like water basin and all, right? So it looks like a basin so that the water gets collected, the water cannot flow anywhere, it gets trapped over there. So you can clearly see from the picture, so that the water gets trapped and this water is used by the plants. So this is called what? Preparing basins around trees. Okay. Then next one is rainwater harvesting. This is a low cost method, that is the rain which is falling on the roof of our houses is collected and it flows through the tubes and stored in the water tank. So storage water tank. Okay, and you can use it for different purposes, for bathing or cooking or for drinking purposes after purification or boiling. You can use that. Okay, so this is the picture of rainwater harvesting. Here? Yes. Next one is about preparing Silpaulin water storage tank. See the picture, children? This is Silpaulin water storage tank. We are preparing it and the name is given as Silpaulin water storage tank. Nowadays we are using this method to store the water. So these are the different methods we use to conserve the water. That is rain harvesting pits, okay, rainwater harvesting, then preparing mud walls, sloping the lands into different layers so that the water will sink into the soil. The water will get absorbed into the soil. Okay, then preparing a basin around the trees. So these are the various methods we use for conserving the water, as we all know that water is very precious. Clear? Now, we all know that, as I told, I am repeating and I am saying that water is very essential for our life. But at some times, in some situation, the water turns to be danger. It becomes a villain over here. Okay, so can you say, children, which are the conditions where the water is becoming danger for us? Can you predict? Exactly, it's the floods. We have suffered last year, last 2 years we have suffered with the floods, right? Yes, floods, landslide, soil erosion, mudslide. Okay, then there will be destruction for the houses and buildings, then there will be diseases during the rainy season and destruction for the agricultural land. So many purpose this water becomes a villain. Okay, so what we have to how these floods are becoming, what happens, because nowadays we are cutting down the trees for various purposes. We are digging a lot of soil from the earth and we are using for construction purposes. As a result, there is no one to hold the water. So the soil is becoming so loose that the water is flowing and it becomes flooded. And also landslide, it will just float because there is nothing to hold the soil. Actually, the soils are held by the roots of the trees. But nowadays, we are cutting down the trees. So that's why there is nothing to hold the soil tightly. The roots, it's a duty of the roots to hold the soil tightly. So as a result, the soil becomes very loose and then it will start flowing. So this is the result of landslides. Floods, the water gets blocked. The water will not be able to go anywhere. So as a result, the floods may occur. So agricultural fields, water bodies, they all will be filled with mud and also the water gets blocked over there. So as a result, floods also occurs. So this is the picture of the flood. Landslides, mudslides. Okay, so these are the various pictures of the destruction caused by the water. Now another important and most dangerous destruction of water is the sea turbulence. That is, there is a pressure inside the water under the sea. Okay, due to heavy rain and wind, what happens means the pressure will be low. As a result, the big waves are hitting the shore and it causes a lots of destruction. It is similar to tsunami. All might have been heard the word tsunami, right? So it is somewhat similar to tsunami, that is violent. The sea is becoming violent because the pressure under the sea is getting low. As a result, the big waves are forming and cause a lots of destruction. So have you ever thought how to prevent this all? Do you have any idea about that? We are saying that water is causing destruction, floods, landslides, soil erosion. So what are the ways to prevent this? That is, we should not cut the trees. That's the main thing. Deforestation should be stopped. And digging of the soil. Don't go for more digging of the soil. This all happens due to that. Because we take a lot of sand for many purposes, for building, construction works, etc. and all. And for, I told you about soil erosion. Here also in soil erosion, the top soil is getting removed by the wind. Because I told you there are no trees to hold the soil tightly. So as a result, the soils are becoming loose. So this is the reason. So avoid deforestation, avoid the digging of the soil, and also the hills are also cut down to some extent. So this all are the barriers for this floods and all, but we are doing just the opposite. So these are the reasons. And you can see a magazine clip, River in Flurry. Can you see, children? Yes. In that it is saying that drowning, death by drowning repeated. Okay, Kuttipura, death by drowning has become a continuous story at Mallur Jetty near Kuttipuram Bridge. Local people say that the river flowing in Flurry on reaching this area forms a death trap. A devotee from Karnataka was drowned to death here yesterday. He had reached here with a group of 30 devotees from Bangalore. So drowning has become a great problem in Kuttipuram because the river in Flurry means the rivers are so soft, okay, so that what happens, and it is very deep, that many death is occurring by drowning. What is drowning means? That is, accidentally we fall into the water and we die. Some people cannot swim. So how to prevent this? And also they are clearly saying in the magazine that a devotee came from Karnataka and he also died due to drowning. So these are the recent repeated actions happening in Kuttipuram. So how can we prevent drowning? First we have to give training for swimming. That's the only way. Then we can use plantain stumps. Plantain stumps and some balloon-like inflated tubes will be there. Some will have wheels, like balloon-like tubes will be there. So with that purpose also we can be lifeguard jackets. We can use lifeguard jackets and all. With that help we can save from drowning. And there must be services, that is for water divers and lifeguard. We have the services must be provided. First aid must be provided to such accident prone areas where the death is caused by drowning, this all facility should be available. That is water divers. Water divers means which who are best capable of swimming. They can go deep into the water and search. So they are very much trained people. And lifeguard services should be available. First aid first aid should be available to such areas where drowning is a main reason. Okay, so from your textbook you can see a box. Okay, about they have told that you have to fill. There is so many destructions caused by the water, like floods, everything is given. So you have to fill it. That is the methods to prevent. How can we prevent this? So that we will discuss in the class discussion time. So hope you understood today's topic. Today we have discussed how rain is formed. Okay. Then we have discussed what are the ways to preserve the water. Okay. Then how water is becoming destruction to us. Okay, and in that I have told about sea turbulence. In that sea turbulence, you can prevent the sea turbulence by building a sea wall near the seashore, and also you can build some mangrove trees and all. With that help, we can prevent this to some extent, but not all. Okay, so this is how the water becomes destructive. So this all are we have studied today. Hope you have understood this thoroughly. Okay. So this is the end of this lesson. Okay. Clear? So whatever we have to discuss in the class, we will discuss in the class discussion time. So till then, bye.